Welcome back to another Marketing Monday episode. My name is Eric Brown. I'm president here at Vi Media. And of course, we do all things digital marketing. And today, I want to talk about just a few things. I think it's some important things, some new things, some updates, some things to pay attention to. And the first thing is just let's talk about SEO. Let's talk about AI overview. Let's see how things are going to, how have they played out, and potentially how they're going to play out, let's say over the next year or two. So AI overviews and answer engines. Google's AI overviews rolled out, of course, widely at the beginning of this year and also, of course, last year. And it pushed organic results down by 900 pixels. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Pixels on your screen, it's now down 900, meaning like a quarter or a third of your page now is taken up by the AI overview or even more. Um, Reducing click through rates for top ranking pages, of course. Meanwhile, platforms like Perplexity and ChatGPT are gaining traction, with Perplexity boasting 15 million users and ChatGPT projected to capture 1% of the search market in 2025. We also have over 30% of searches now end without a click, as users get answers directly from search engine ranking results, or platforms like LinkedIn and Reddit. SEO is shifting to search everywhere optimization, focusing on visibility across AI engines, social platforms, and voice assistants. We also have Google prioritizing experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, EAT, user-generated content, UGC on Reddit core and forums, in driving organic traffic, with 80% of SEO enhancing content projected to the UGC by 2030. Uh, also, so what does that mean? You want to optimize for AI overview by structuring content for feature snippets and natural language queries. Build brand authority on social platforms and forums by engaging in discussions in earning mentions slash backlinks from high authority sites. You want to prioritize mobile first indexing and leverage Search Console to identify question based queries and create targeted, concise content. You want to make sure that you are being found by doing these things, because more and more it is going to go the way of people not clicking through to your website from SEO, right? It's going to go to the way of AI overviews. It's going to go to the way of search ads, right? Because that's up top. It's going to go to the way of Google Guaranteed. It's going to go to the way of the Google Business Profile. And then after all of that, you have the sites, right? But of course, in order to rank in AI overview, you have to rank well on your site. So we're still kind of playing the same game. So it's interesting how this kind of stuff works. And of course, when it comes to industries that we work a lot with home service businesses and things like that, that 30% of searches now ending without a result, or excuse me, ending without a click, isn't so much the case when of course it's coming to businesses like that. Because if someone's looking for a roofing company, they're not just looking for information. They're not just looking for an AI overview. They're looking for a roofing company to come out and fix their issue. So is traditional SEO dead? No, it's evolving into search everywhere optimization. Try and use websites like Reddit and Quora. And of course, what else? Web design. Let's get into it. Mobile first. If people can't use your website on mobile, I shouldn't even have to say this. Uh, I mean, have someone build a website for you immediately. So, with 91% of consumers accessing social media via mobile and mobile searches dominating, responsive design is non negotiable. ADA compliant designs, example, alternate text, keyboard navigation, are critical to avoid legal risk and improve UX. Hybrid headless CMS architectures enable faster content updates and better integration with AI tools. Things like Google Lens, Circle to Search is rising, with over 1 billion monthly voice searches in 2024. Now, the thing is, with this said, voice search is essentially the same way as searching when someone types. So it's not like there's so much as voice search SEO. It's more of a gimmick term, right? And I could be proven wrong, but I haven't been. Page speed is a ranking factor. 1 second delay in load time can reduce customer satisfaction by 16%. Businesses are optimizing for core web vitals like largest contentful paint, LCP, right? That's something you can look up on your own website, largest contentful paint. For example, if you're in Chrome, go to your website right now, pause the video before you do it. All right. What you're going to do is go to the homepage of your website. You're going to right click. You're going to go down to the bottom. You're going to inspect. Now, what's going to show up is on the right side of your screen, you'll get some things. It'll look like, oh, what is that? It looks like some sort of script or something. Well, what you have is you'll have elements. You'll see console, sources, network. You'll see two arrows. Click those two arrows. Go down, click Lighthouse, run the test. That'll let you know your largest contentful paint, which is an important figure to know when it comes to your website. And of course, speed isn't everything, right? But it is important. And it's not like you should fight tooth and nail and spend a bunch of money to get your website going from 1.5 seconds to a half a second, right? But if your website's taking, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, it's a ridiculously long period of time and you're losing business. And therefore, you're also losing search engine ranking because Google knows how fast your website loads. Also, Google Ads, AI powered efficiency. So, what we're looking at with AI driven campaigns, Google's Performance Max now offers channel level, search term, and asset reporting, giving advertisers more transparency. AI generated ads, 15 million created monthly, are reshaping campaign management. AI is not there yet with Google Ads. Performance Max, for the most part, there are circumstances where it makes sense. I'm not going to blanket statement and say it doesn't make sense. It 100% makes sense in some industries and depending on what your goal is when it comes to advertising. But for the most part, when we're talking about B2B businesses or home service based businesses or uh, specialty medicine or you name it. For the most part, it doesn't make sense to run a Google Performance Max campaign simply because it's putting you in front of a lot of people that you don't want to be put in front of. It doesn't convert. You'll get a lot of impressions, but you won't get a lot of conversions. Now, if that's your goal is just get people to see your ad and see your brand and that's it, maybe that's a way to do it. Maybe that's a good way to do it. But if your goal is to strictly go after those people that are exactly searching for what you do and the products that you sell, I will say for the most part, it does not make sense. 80% of companies use Google Ads, with PPC driving double the website visitors of SEO. I'll say that again. 80% of companies use Google Ads, with PPC driving double the website visitors of SEO, and a 50% higher conversion rate than organic traffic. Total search ad spend hit 132 billion in 2024. It's insane. It's only about 10% of the 1 trillion that we were just talking about on a different show. So, we have a lot of updates coming with AI. We have a lot of changes. We have a lot of tools being used. We have a lot of tools that are being pushed on us. It's important that you have a focus, that you don't stray from what's working for your business. And that's what I see a lot of businesses doing now when it comes to SEO is them changing what they're doing or stopping what they're doing even though it's working. And it's working well in a lot of the cases. Horror story after horror story of companies, doing a good job, them going to a different company based off of this AI stuff, based off of this voice stuff, being sold hypothetical dream show, and then of course they take the hit. It's important to look long term. We know that with SEO for the most part, now you know, journalists and bloggers and those type of people, those are the real people getting hurt, by AI as it stands, at least right now, for the most part. Um, it's not so much those business owners looking for people locally, right? Or for consumers that are looking, clients looking for a company locally. So social commerce is projected to surpass 1 trillion by 2028, with platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube becoming storefronts. We all know that. TikTok's ad revenue is expected to hit 33.6 billion in 2025, up from 11.6 billion in 2022. Millennials apparently trust influencers over traditional ads. I would say I really don't trust ads in general. So I don't know if I trust one over the other. If an influencer is pushing an ad, I'm almost likely to believe it's a worse product because a lot of the time they're just in it for the money, hence the word influencer. With brands, with increasing budgets for partnerships on Instagram and TikTok, UGC campaigns, Vitamix Smoothies of the Year, boost engagement and trust. Um, Platform shifts. Of course, we got Blue Sky grew to 26 million users by early 2025. Don't use it. While Threads hit 300 million, also don't use it. Active users reflecting migration from X. TikTok remains a fastest growing platform with 40% of businesses planning to integrate it. I mean, it's not a bad tool just to post your content to and see what happens. YouTube ads reach 1.7 billion monthly users at 3 cents to 30 cents per impression. Short form video content drives 53% higher engagement, but I don't know if it drives higher sales. So stay up to date on what's going on when it comes to marketing. Make sure if you're using a marketing company that they're staying up to date and know what's going on. It's not like you need to make drastic changes all the time, but it is important to know if you need to change strategy or if your strategy is about to be affected by upcoming changes, then you need to plan for that and you need to know. And we just had a great episode last week talking about how really what to look for when you're looking for a good marketing agency. So I'll say if you listen to what I just said today and you're like, I don't know if what I'm doing is making sense based on what Eric just said, go listen to the video from last week where I talk about if you're either working with a good or a bad marketing agency, at least just based off, you know, the cover of the book and some of the first pages inside. But still, it's good to glean from. It's good to learn from. It's good to know. So that is all the time we have for today. However, we will be back next week. And of course, as always, please like, review, subscribe, comment, share it with somebody, share it with a marketing executive, share it with a marketing company, share it with a marketing person, share it with a business owner, share it with someone, share it with whoever, share it with your best friend, have them watch it. Even if they know nothing about marketing, send them this video. Be like, why'd you send me this? Because Eric's smart and he knows what he's talking about. That's why. Um, Please, if you want to reach out to us, you can wherever you're watching this. Of course, we post this across the board. So if you want to get a hold of us, if you have questions, you can reach out to myself as well at Eric Kemp Brown across the board. If you just, want to talk, need some input, just have some questions about something maybe we can help you out with. And of course, visit us at vi.media. Thank you all. We'll see you next week.